I'm Robert Barnes from Spider Machines, and Mustang has asked me to put together this dealer training video. So up next, we're going to talk about the Mustang and how it relates to the marketplace. As you well know, the biggest obstacle you're going to face when approaching your customer about a new piece of automatic screen printing equipment is the M&R company. And why is that? M&R has been in business over 25 years. They have a very dominant position in the marketplace. But much like Harley Davidson in the motorcycle industry, it doesn't mean that Harley Davidson builds the best motorcycle. And one of the things that I can say about the Mustang machine is they do build a better motorcycle. They do build a better machine. But when coming into a customer that might have 3, 4, 5 M&R machines, they're going to have M&R pallets, they're going to have M&R squeegees, and they're going to have M&R flood bars. So when you look at that customer, you're going to have to be able to know that the product you're going to offer them is compatible with the M&R system that they have in their shop. And whether that's the tri-lock, in some cases the Newman pin system, the screen locations and exposure distances, and these are the things that the Mustang will be able to offer you. Now, some of those M&R customers are going to be happy with whatever level of service or relationship they've had with M&R. And those clients you may win over or you may never win over. But as a dealer, what you have to focus on is that not every customer is satisfied with M&R. Not every customer wants the older technology. One of the things that the Mustang does well is it offers modern technology. Modern technology at a price that your customer can afford. Up next, we're going to talk about that. Now keep in mind, there are other competitors in the marketplace. But as you look at those competitors, you don't want to position yourself as a dealer of the Mustang to where you're just competing with those competitors for a small piece of the marketplace. You want to go after a broader sense of the market. I think by now you already know the Mustang is the best machine on the market for the money. What you have to convince yourself of is that not only is it a great machine, but that you can go into that customer and explain to them the features and benefits of the machine that will sway them to make the decision to go with you opposed to M&R. I had an interesting phone call the other day, and during that conversation the person said to me, you know, the Mustang really is the Corvette of the screen printing industry. And I thought about that for a while, and I realized the person was right. Because the Mustang, as far as I can tell, is an affordable, high-performance sports car. But it's priced at a point that the person can actually afford and be able to easily do a return on investment. One of the things that I encourage the dealers to do is to go to my YouTube. It's youtube.com/Spider Machines, and check out the reviews that I've done on many different brands of equipment. As a dealer, I think it's really important for you to go into the customer early on in the process and explain about pricing. I mean, let's face it, Mustang printers would love to have you as a dealer sell nothing but 16 color machines for $100,000. But the reality is most of the show shops that you're going to find are going to fall below that mark. So we want you to go in and be able to let the customer know that the pricing is realistic and that we have different tiers for show shops. So up next, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Mustang is not an entry-level machine. So if you're looking for a product that's $50,000 or less, it's not the Mustang. For this type of technology to work for your customer and for the manufacturer, because let's face it, everybody has to make a profit, including you as a dealer, the pricing had to fall between the $50,000 price range and $100,000 plus. So there are 3 show shop programs that the Mustang is offering to the marketplace to get some penetration. And those 3 programs are the 16 color 18 station with 3 quartz flashes installed running on the customer's floor for around $110,000, $115,000. Now you're going to find some clients like that. We've already found one as a matter of fact. So The next tier down would be a 12 color with 2 quartz flashes, and that machine installed on the customer's floor with all the bells and whistles for a little under $80,000. And then below that is the 10 color. And the 10 color with 2 quartz flashes is somewhere in the price of about $67,000 to $68,000. And keep in mind, those prices are installed running on the customer's floor. Now, the approach here is to come into the marketplace with high technology at an affordable price, and that the customer from the show shop can take advantage of that early on in the process. So up next, I'm going to talk about some basic selling techniques and how you need to approach the customer in an honest, open, and fair way to earn their business. Okay, keep in mind, you as a dealer, you know your own competition. You know what's in the marketplace. The bigger companies that are out there that have literally 50, 60 feet on the street selling their products, whether it's supplies or capital equipment, they have a different position in the marketplace than the dealer that's going to be attracted to the Mustang. So one of the key factors you need to look at as you approach the Mustang is understanding your role. Now, just like when you sell your supplies, it's about relationship. They buy from you opposed to a bigger company because of that relationship. But you want to do that with capital equipment. Now the Mustang is going to offer you a piece of capital equipment that you can be assured when it comes into the customer's facility, it's going to work right, last a long time, and offer them better technology for the money they spend. So hold your head high. Remember, the competition does not want a Mustang in your customer's facility more so than they want to maintain that relationship with your customer. And that's what you want to communicate. But remember, when you're trying to ask for the order, and it's always good to ask for the order, don't use those old school pressure techniques. Just simply present the facts. The Mustang will sell itself. Let the competition be the ones to use those dirty tactics. Keep your head high. Stay above. We all know about the situation in the marketplace, and so does your customer. So present the facts, show the quality of the Mustang, and believe me, the customer will ask you when it's time to buy and how quickly they can get a machine. And you as a dealer, you're looking for show shops. You're looking for passionate customers that know the difference. So what you want to ask the customer is, are you willing to be a show shop? If the answer is no, then that's a customer you probably want to follow up with in a year or so after you have a bunch of Mustang machines in your geographic area. But if they are interested, they'll communicate that to you. And if they do, they've already committed. The rest of it is communicating the product. Relax. Look at the process this way. If you need a show shop in your area, it's about relationship for you, equally as important as it is for your potential buyer. So take the approach of, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, please explain to me how the Mustang in your shop is going to better your business and how it may help you as a dealer sell the Mustang product. If the customer doesn't appreciate the features and benefits of the Mustang, let him buy an M&R. It's okay. We don't need every sale. M&R needs as many sales as they can, especially in a reduced economy. Let the customer offer that and say, I want this machine. I want this machine because of the digital features, because of what it will do for my business, because of what it will do for my employees. Once the customer takes that approach, it's much like if I said to you, I'm thinking about buying a red pickup truck. Well, for the next several days, everywhere you look, you'll see a red pickup truck. Customers are choosing machinery other than M&R. This is happening organically. It has nothing to do with Robert Barnes from Spider Machines. It's an organic process. Times change. Technologies change. Bigger companies, if they don't stay up with technology, the market share moves on. One of the things you have to realize as a dealer, it's a very unique opportunity for you because the Mustang offers reliability at a better price with far better technology. I think what's very important is for you to offer the objections of the marketplace. We all know the competition is going to attack. Let's face it, there's a lot of money at stake and a lot of market share to be lost. So what's important is that you offer the customer resolution to the objection, and along the way, do the demonstration of that solution. And by taking control of the information flow, you'll put your customer at ease. A common objection you're going to be faced with is support, service, availability of parts. I think what's important is for you to look at this process and analyze it. Your competition uses old school technology. They use what's called a PLC. In those days, you needed technicians. You needed a lot of technicians, as a matter of fact. And they're going to actually use that as a selling feature against you as competition. Now, one of the important things that you need to look at with this type of technology is that it's very simple to diagnose. The functionality at the head is all processed at the head, so you can easily replace that component. So the message you want to communicate to your customer is that we have availability of parts at the dealer level, and that Mustang is training local technicians, as well as videos much like this, on technical information on how to diagnose and repair the equipment. So the question you ask the customer is, if the parts are available and the information flow and diagnostic ability is also readily available, isn't it better to have the machine fixed in 5 minutes opposed to waiting for a technician to come? Your customer's in business too, and that customer knows that that costs money, and time is money. So even if a technician is sitting on the couch in their town ready to come fix their machine, which is highly unlikely, it still takes time for that person to come to their facility. Where if we can train the in-house people on the simplicity of how to replace those components, their downtime is lessened. One of the other things that's interesting about technology is it actually is more reliable. So some things that you need to look at when you make the presentation to the customer is to simply say to the customer, newer technology equals more uptime and faster throughput. You're going to be faced with price, delivery, and resale value. So it's important that you bring those things up early on in the conversation. Make sure the customer understands that the show shop pricing is on their floor, installed, running, including the flashes. Your competition, let them get ugly. If they want to slash the price, so you lose the first few deals. What's really important is that you start to communicate to the marketplace that you're here for the long run. Now, of course you're going to have success with the Mustang. How could you not? Technology, price, the Mustang's going to win. But not every client is going to simply hand you a check. So what you have to look at is understanding the resale value. If you look at the history of the Mustang, all the way from the Rhino to the RPM Revolution and now the Mustang, even at liquidation auctions, the RPM recently sold at almost 80% of the retail price. So the resale value of this particular brand of machinery, as well as its predecessors, has been historically very high. So the customer is going to look at that when they make their risk versus reward evaluation. So we strongly suggest you get the customer to talk to some of the references. There's a long history all the way back to the Rhino. So let them talk to those people. See what the service has been like for those people over the period of almost a decade. That will assist you in getting the order and getting the proper reputation in your marketplace. New equipment sales almost always lose to used equipment sales if the customer can find a late model machine. And the primary reason is if it's only a year or two old, there's really not a whole lot wrong with the machine, as long as the imprint count is low. So delivery time is going to always be an issue when competing against used. But with the Mustang, delivery time is 10 to 12 weeks. So you're going to run into situations where the competition may have a machine in stock or a demo that they pulled out of a customer. Those are opportunities you're probably going to lose, and that's okay. But when you look at the bigger picture, this platform, the Mustang all the way back to the Rhino, there are customers out there that are approaching 10 million imprints on their machines. So the stability of the machine, the longevity of the machine are going to sway people, and it's going to help people feel, you know what, I am willing to wait that time to get a new machine. So don't be afraid to look at the negatives, offer those negatives, and see them for what they really are, but also look at the positives, the features and the benefits that the customer is going to gain with the Mustang that they can't find on any machine at any price in the marketplace. This one's my favorite. The rumor mill, lawsuits, all these type of things, patent infringements. Now certainly, in the almost decade that this machine's been on the marketplace, whatever lawsuits would have come, would have come. Now personally, I've been sued by the best of them. But in reality, what does it really come down to? If your competition is spending time and energy attacking you as an individual, guess what? You probably have a better product and a better service. Keep that in mind. Communicate that to your customer. The rumor mill is powerful, but it's powerful in both directions. Everyone knows about the legal threats. What you need to do is state the facts. Stay high, keep your head up, don't get into the dirt. Let the competition go on and on with the hate and the attacks. One of the critical things you have to think about is what? This is an election year. So people know about the dirt and the mudslinging. Don't do it. Stay away from it. We, as in the Mustang, don't need to sling dirt. We have the best product at the best price. Technology will win when the customer takes the time to compare. The competition is going to use scare tactics. Now, why do they use scare tactics? Because on some clients it works, and that's okay. Bully tactics in the marketplace is just not something you're interested in. You are a dealer of the Mustang. You sell supplies. You have an ongoing relationship with that customer. Don't jeopardize your supply business over some silly rumor mill. So my suggestion to you is to look at the market, look at the product, and approach the customer in an open and friendly way. The customer will be able to weed through the nonsense. I'm Robert Barnes from Spider Machines, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. You as a dealer are a very, very important part of the process for the Mustang. I'm honored that Mustang has asked me to put this demo together. There will be other series of this video coming out in the future. We will get into the specifics of motors and air cylinders and drive systems and the technology and servos and all of these digital controls. I hope this has been an educational video for you, and I hope you're very interested in offering the Mustang to your customers. Visit their website. It's mustangprinters.com. Please visit my website as well. It's spidermachines.com. Thank you again for watching this video.